It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier. He was bidding for a 2nd. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Devontae Freeman, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. A big reason why they've been so successful. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Isabella, 73 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Redskins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. Here's Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Devontae Freeman on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times. You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last. So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right? Unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now it's Roethlisberger. Robinson's got it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver for the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it. It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receiver's eyes when he's throwing the ball. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided